Now, some people are defiant and not apologizing. This guy in Detroit, who
Otis Mathis.
Otis
Mathis.
Otis is the president of the. I don't know what the exact title is, but he oversees the teachers in Detroit.
The school board. He's a leader of the school board.
Shit.
Leader of the school board, who should be losing his job, but is not, because somebody took a look at one of his emails and realized that this motherfucker can't write.
Can't fucking write.
Borderline illiterate.
Can't write. He can't write at all. His name is Otis. Tim is going to now read one of his emails word for word.
Word for word. Here we go. Dude, I don't know why I feel like I have to do it in this voice.
You have to do it like that.
Do DPS control the foundation or outside group? If an outside group control the foundation, then what is DPS board row with selection of its director?
Row, not
now,
roll.
Listen,
Not
yes,
roll.
Yeah, that's the hard part you couldn't understand from my accent. Not the role. Like, what is your role in row? ROW.
Yeah.
What is the row?
That's not a one-time mistake either.
Yes. Then what is DPS board row with selection of its, not its, ITS, IS, of its director? Our we mixing, listen, our we mixing, OUR, not ARE, okay. Our we mixing DPS and non-DPS rows.
Rose again.
Rows.
Send.
And who is the watchdog?
And then he clicked send.
Send.
He sent that shit out.
Send. He sent that out.
Signed Otis Mathis,
Yeah.
president
funny.
of the school board.
And he probably took
On my spell check,
second.
on my email things, I have an automatic spell check. His
Yeah.
probably went off and was like, "What?"
What the
Yeah.
fuck
And
are
then
you
and
doing?
then didn't find anything wrong because he didn't think it was
You're
a
not a-
real thing.
you're
That's a
not-
spell check. That this ain't real.
You're not the leader of the school board, are you?
See, if you're going to misspell a word, you can't misspell it with another word. Because the spell check won't catch row.
No.
Row's a word.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So the spell check was like, "Well, this is right."
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Because
Good
none
job,
of this,
buddy.
none of this even looks like it goes together.
No.
So all this is
Board row.
correct.
No, it's just basically like they'll put like a whole green line on the whole fucking sentence.
Yeah.
This whole email got a green line. His name got a green line in this shit.
Well, here's the funny thing.
I think there's another one on the first page.
Our
too.
we mixing.
This
Oh,
guy
no.
has a degree that took him 15 years to get.
15
Why?
years.
Because he couldn't pass English.
Yeah, for 15 years, he couldn't pass an English requirement. And they finally just gave up and said, fuck it, just get out of our school.
Yeah, he took him to court and got out. People don't want to fire him, though, because he's inspiring to the kids.
Yeah, because if you're borderline retarded, you can make it too.
You can make it, too.
You can make it TWO.
You can be in charge. Charge is spelled with an
He
S.
just puts the number 2. He doesn't even put TW.
You can make it, too. That's the argument that the people are making who know him. Well, he's a nice guy, and
He's a good
he shows
guy.
people that you can overcome. Motherfucker, you can't be in this
Stupidity.
job.
Yeah, how can you set
No.
an example? He writes like he's drunk.
Yeah. He should be cleaning the building.
You've got an
Right
email
like
from
that.
from a drunk friend, like an email for like 4 a.m. That's what it's like.
There's writing that goes on in other classes besides English. How did he get this far?
Well, plus, he was passed all those years in school. He was put in like LD classes when he was younger, and it's one of the things they pass you just because they're sick of looking at you.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Yeah, so he got all the way through school, got through college.
Yep. So he's telling us, hey, show the kids.
He's
Look,
the head
you
of the
can
school
be,
board.
You can be dumb and make it.
He's like one of those people that he writes exactly how he talks. Like exactly like sometimes I talk ignorant, but like I know how to jazz it up when I'm at work.
I used to date a deaf girl years ago,
Oh,
and she
my
used to
God.
send me emails years ago.
Oh,
She used
no.
to send me emails like that.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
they were kind of like written out phonetically. Like she knew how to write and stuff like that, but she never heard how words sounded, so she had an excuse.
Right.
Yeah.
He, on the
Plus,
other
she
hand,
wasn't the head of the school board.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
If he was the janitor, this would be an outrage.
Yeah. Like, did you write an email about the vomiting powder? You did?
Why did you spell vomit with a Q?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
What is the row of powder?
well, now, look here now. I came to this school to do my job. That's my role. Here's another
Man,
email.
take this key ring and go somewhere.
Yeah. If you saw if you saw Sunday's Free Press that shown Robert Bob, the emergency financial manager for Detroit Public Schools, move Mark Twain to Boynton, which have 3 times the number of seats than students, and was one of the reasons he gave for closing school to many empty seats. Shown.
It's like
Sad.
watching The Color Purple.
Shown, yeah.
Said, yeah. And you know what's funny about The Color Purple? First
Seeley
of all,
said-
none of those people were none of those people were teachers, and
Yeah.
it was like 1920.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He has risen not only to be in this field, but the top of
He's
the
been
field.
risen to the top of the field.
And he sounds like
And
a
none of the
fucking
other-
slave.
None of the other
Talks
teachers,
like-
none of the other teachers are outraged.
Now I'm scared.
People are defending him.
They're
Are you
defending
scared? Is he scared that people
They're defending him.
upset with him if they know he can read?
First of all,
Is that what-
he acknowledges that he can't write. He'll say straight up, "Yeah, I know I can't write."
Now look here now. You might not be able to read this here. Like, are you fucking
Are you
serious?
serious? Are you serious? Let me ask you a question. Do you know where the Underground Railroad is? Why, yes, sir.
Well-
I sure do.
When I look here now,
We can't talk about this out loud because they might hear you.
that shit runs deep. I had a teacher in my school in Waco, Texas. He was in, I don't know what war he was in, but he was fucking crazy. Like we would call it, like if you ran, somebody called him Cool Breeze. We called him Cool Breeze. He would slap you in the face. He was crazy.
That's Vietnam.
He was
Cool
That's
Breeze?
Vietnam and Korea.
That had to be, yeah.
That's
because
Vietnam
he
and Korea.
had,
Probably Vietnam.
he had trench foot.
Yeah, it's probably Vietnam.
Yeah, and they had stories about him. I was like, I never believed that. And then somebody did it and fucking
Cool
no,
Breeze.
come here, boy. Come here. Like crazy.
Cool Breeze.
I can't
Cool
remember his
Breeze was
name.
probably a friend of his that stepped on a mine
Maybe.
Yeah.
and got blown up.
But cool that
You know.
that set him off.
And then Cool Breeze lived through it and went on to be a teacher in Detroit and ended up being in charge of
Well, that's the thing. In this era of
Good for
email
him.
and texting, you can't be that dumb anymore.
No.
No.
You have to know how to write.
No,
Yeah.
no. Unless you're like 15 and sending texts to other 15-year-olds, then you can write whatever. the
Yeah.
fuck you
Well, how do you
Yeah.
tell kids to stay in school? Stay in school for 15 years, and they'll eventually give you a degree.
That's exactly what you tell them.
Yeah.
Look, you can be a dummy. I'm telling you, young boy. Don't
Just-
worry about
You're
it.
just
You
gonna
can
be
a
dummy for a long time.
You can be a dummy and make it.
Just wait it out now.
A lot of the parents are defending him
Of course they are.
because he's a good. They say he's a good role model to the kids because they won't
course
give
they are.
up on their dream
Of course they are.
As
of
long
being
as-
barely
that's
literate.
because-
As long as he doesn't write them any emails, then the kids will never know.
Well, what's
They were-
funny is other people have seen these emails, and other people are like, "Yeah, he has problems with emails." One of them told him, "You need to find somebody to write emails for you."
Exactly.
Not, "Hey, you need to go to some adult education classes and get this
apparently
together."
that hasn't worked.
And get this together.
Just get somebody to do it for you, man.
He's
You
gonna,
should probably just get somebody to do it for you.
he's gonna send someone their report card. He's gonna get straight R's.
Yeah. Look at that. Now I got straight A's.
Ridiculous. But that's how we are, man. And by we, I mean black people. That's how
Yeah.
we are, man. You want a role model so desperately that you're willing to just embrace any
Well, you
dumbass.
It's
thing.
like a